Hi, wonderful listeners. Sandy here with another Power Pop. I was at a meeting last week and was talking with a woman who was telling me about her daughter, who she said is so worried and anxious that she's afraid to leave her house, that she's afraid to go out in the community. She has trouble holding a job and is really struggling. It seems that a lot of people these days are experiencing worry and anxiety. So I thought that today we would talk about that a little bit. Worry and anxiety are emotions that most people experience at some time in their lives. It's a natural response to stress or uncertainty. If you notice them and deal with them, then you are able to handle these feelings. But if they persist or become overwhelming, they can interfere with your ability to live a full life, just like this young woman was dealing with. So, what is worry? When you worry, you're thinking about potential problems or difficulties. You're looking ahead to the future and doing, oh dear, what if? And often you are doing what if about negative things. If you look ahead to the future and go, oh yay, this wonderful thing will happen or could happen, you're not worried about it, you're excited about it. But if you're thinking, oh no, it's going to be awful and I'm afraid, then you're worrying. It's a natural response to things that you feel uncertain about. If you're facing a job interview, or if you're trying to find a new place to live, or if you're in a relationship that is struggling, you look at the, oh dear, what if this isn't going to work out kind of thing, then you worry. It's okay. A little bit of worry can actually motivate you to take action and prepare for whatever the upcoming challenge is going to be. But excessive worry can add to your stress, hurt your physical and emotional well-being, and cause all kinds of problems. And then there is anxiety. If you worry too much, you can create anxiety, which is a more intense emotional and physical response to your worry. Anxiety can manifest as feelings of nervousness, restlessness, dread, and physical symptoms such as a rapid heartbeat, sweating, muscle tension, shallow breathing, and general discomfort. Unlike worry, which tends to focus on specific situations, anxiety can occur without a clear trigger, sometimes feeling like an overwhelming sense of unease and fear that's hard to pinpoint. It can be really problematic when it interferes with your daily life. If left undealt with, it might evolve into generalized anxiety disorder or other anxiety-related conditions, which could even require professional treatment. Worry and anxiety are both deeply rooted in the human experience. They're part of our body's fight or flight response, which actually helps you to respond to threats. When you perceive danger or uncertainty, your body releases certain stress hormones like cortisol, which prepare you to take action. This response was once really vital for survival. These days, it can be triggered by everyday stressors like work deadlines or social pressures or financial concerns, and even concerns about politics instead of actual danger. In today's world, your stress response can become overactive and lead to chronic worry or anxiety. I always used to tell my kids, worry is like sitting in a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere. When you're worried, it's important to notice that you're worried, identify what is causing it, and then decide if you have the power to do something about that. If you're not in a position to deal with it and make a difference, let it go. If you're worried about the state of the government or the state of the world or what's happening in another part of your workplace that you have zero ability to impact, let it go, because all it's going to do is stress you out even more, and it will not help the situation at all. There are several things you can do to deal with worry and anxiety. First of all is to challenge the thoughts. When you're feeling anxious or worried, your mind is focusing on the negative and sometimes irrational things. These thoughts often exaggerate your potential dangers and outcomes and become unrealistic. To counteract this, it's important for you to ask yourself whether they are based on facts or assumptions. How likely is it that the worst case scenarios will really happen? What are the more realistic outcomes? And what can you do to impact those? This shift in perspective can help to ease your worry and reduce your unnecessary anxiety. Also, practice mindfulness. Mindfulness means that you are paying attention to the present moment without judgment. By focusing on the here and now, mindfulness helps you to break free from the cycle of overthinking and ruminating on potential problems. Sometimes meditation helps, or taking a walk and just paying attention to the trees and the flowers and the breeze in your face. Also, identify and focus on what you can control. A lot of worry stems from trying to control things that are beyond your influence. Focus your energy on actions you can take. Create a plan for addressing what's within your control, whether it's organizing your schedule, managing your finances, seeking support from others, doing things differently. Taking small, manageable steps will help you feel empowered and reduce your feelings of helplessness. Limit your exposure to stressful triggers. Sometimes anxiety and worry are heightened by constant exposure to the media or news, being around people who are focusing on the bad. It's important to stay informed, but try to limit your intake of all the negative and overwhelming things in your life. Designate times throughout your day to check the news or social media if you have to, but then put it away and start engaging in activities that'll help you relax, such as reading, taking walks, listening to calming music, or being with people who uplift you and are finding the good. It's also important to take care of your body. Regular exercise, eating healthy, and getting enough sleep are all essential to managing your stress and anxiety. When you do physical activity, it releases your endorphins, which are our natural mood boosters. Exercise can also help you release pent-up energy, which can be especially helpful if you're feeling tense or restless. Be sure to surround yourself with positive people. Find someone you can talk about your worries or anxieties with who can give you objective feedback. Whether it's a friend, a family member, a therapist, sharing your feelings can provide perspective and reduce feelings of isolation. If your anxiety becomes overwhelming or chronic, it's really important to seek help because this can cause what this young woman is experiencing, where she can no longer function in her life. Be gentle with yourself. Worry and anxiety can often be accompanied by self-criticism. You might blame yourself or believe that you're weak for struggling with your emotions. It's important to practice self-compassion during these times. Everyone experiences stress, and feeling anxious does not mean you are failing. Be kind to yourself and recognize that these feelings are temporary and manageable if you choose to do that. So the bottom line is that worry and anxiety are natural parts of life, but they don't have to control you. By challenging negative thoughts, practicing mindfulness, and focusing on what you can control, you can reduce the impact of these emotions. Remember, taking care of your body, seeking support, and showing yourself compassion are all important parts of managing stress. And if anxiety becomes more than you can handle on your own, don't hesitate to reach out to a professional for help. With the right tools and mindset, it's possible to find peace amidst the storm of worry and anxiety. So I wish you all joy and love and finding the good. And thank you so much for taking this fun podcast journey with us.